Hello everyone, it's Rabea. It's been a while. Thought I'd do a little catch-up video as I've not spoke to you guys about what's going on really. For all those that, showed a bit of interest last time, I thought I'd make another video and show you what's been going on recently. Where to start? Firstly, thank you so much for all the really wonderful messages when I had my leg operation. It's Monday, so it was 3 weeks ago today. And as you can see, this is my bad leg. Check that out. I can't bend it any further than this, but that's pretty good strength, right? I can walk now. I can't really walk very far. Can't walk the dog up to the race course yet, which is right at the top of the hill. And I can't really run or anything. I can get upstairs just about. Thank you so much for the positive words and all the awesome questions that I did on my Instagram story whilst I was in hospital, high on morphine. It was really fun. Yeah, it's going well. Physio's happy with my recovery. And, to be honest, I was worried that it was going to disrupt things like gigs. I didn't know how long I'd be out for without walking or anything. But yeah, the gigs that are coming up, I should be fine for, and I should be able to do a little bit of rocking out on stage. Speaking of gigs, I think the last time I did one of these catch-ups was after the Stormzy, Reading and Leeds thing, which was sick. But then we did some stuff with Totemist, our first gig with Totemist. Me and Liam played for Waterbear, which went really well. Everyone that came down had a great time, and we recorded some of it. We've written some new tunes. So the Totemist is, we've got some new tunes. We've got another EP's worth, but me and Liam are also looking at starting another band with another very close friend, and we can't decide what to do with the music that we wrote. Do we meld it into this new project? Do we keep it to one side? How do we do this? And also, starting a new band means a new name and all the rest of it. I mean, what would you guys do if you were in our shoes? Like, you've set up a band, it's only released one EP, it's instrumental, but you are planning on doing a new band completely with new members, including a singer, similar style, so you could take some of those new written songs that haven't been released and turn them into songs with singers and other band members. Do you keep the same name? Do you change the name? Is it a good name? I'd like to know what you guys think. It's interesting because we deliberate all these things at band practice and we're sat there, pulling our hair out. And I always think to myself, all you guys out there, I get such good suggestions and such great perspectives from so many of you guys, and you've helped me through so many different situations. I was like, well, I might just ask them anyway. So there you go, there's the question. Speaking of Totemist, Sleepless Apparel were very kind to sort of manufacture and supply some Totemist merchandise. So we've actually got a long sleeve, Totemist long sleeve, and a short sleeve, which have pretty much sold out. I think there are a bunch left on the Sleepless website. Really, really chuffed with the quality. Obviously, with it being through Sleepless, we have access to the whole organic cotton, like really well-made stuff, ethically sourced, really good print quality, all the rest of it. It wasn't just like a run with, like a small merch brand. We used Sleepless to be able to do that. So that's really awesome. And if you want to pick one up, I'll put them in the description box below, but essentially we have Totemist merch. I personally love the white long sleeve. I think it's badass. And the design was done by Esme Baker. So if you're into that, then yeah, you can pick one up. So speaking of Sleepless Apparel, which if you didn't know was my apparel company that I run with Dan, my friend Dan Davies. We've been running it. It's been a slow burner because there's been all sorts happening over the last couple of years, so we've been slowly building it up. And of course, thank you to everybody that picked up some of the merchandise before, some of the different garments we had out. That's been great because it's allowed us to now manufacture the next bunch of stuff, and we can be more custom with it. So we have like custom t-shirts, we're going to be doing custom trackies. We got a load of great designs done. So the quality of what's coming out, I'm really excited about, and I think it's going to now bridge into that situation where it's a more regular drop of cool items, some really cool designs. So we'll see how that goes, but Sleepless Apparel it's only just the beginning for it, and I'm truly excited about where it could get to, because it'd be so cool to just have awesome clothes that are available for people, including myself. So yeah, that's great. I also just want to say, firstly, a huge congratulations to Nolly and Tim for releasing the Polymath pickup. I was just going to mention with Bare Knuckle, I'm so over the moon, so grateful for how many people have picked up a silo or are using the silo pickups, because I found out of Tim that they're one of the best-selling pickups that they're doing in the signature range. So I am so chuffed about that. I'm so proud that that is the case, and I'm just glad that the pickup itself is usable for so many different people. I have my style of playing guitar, and the pickup works perfectly for me. But what I'm really happy with to see is people that play like djent, metal, thrash, prog are all using it, but then you see guys that are playing hard rock, bit of blues, softer stuff, they're all using that pickup as well, and everything in between. And I keep seeing different brands like Aristides are making all their custom beautiful guitars loaded with silos, or you see Mayonnaise loaded with silos, and it's just like, oh, and even some of the custom brands like SMP. I'm just trying to think, there's so many brands that you see pop up that are featuring the Rabea silo set, and it's like, that's sick. That's just so cool. So really, really grateful for that. And if you haven't tried the silo, I urge you to give it a go, because I think you dig it. Bridge and neck pickup set sound fantastic, and we have custom etch options, which will be up on the screen somewhere here, that I had designed that reflect different sort of things about what I like. So yeah, they're doing really well. Also, I know I talk about this every time I do like a catch-up video and go, oh, it's the time, but this guitar is finally, you can get them. They have literally loads in Andertons now, finally. And I believe different parts of, I'm not sure where else in the world they have them. There are some in America, I think. Basically, the whole pandemic situation just destroyed the guitar. Well, it's destroyed lots of industries, but the guitar manufacturing industry took a big hit as well. And waiting for parts has just been ridiculous. On top of the fact that the Korean factory, in Korea, they have their own policies about how they want to run stuff and safety and all the rest of it, so they put a big halt on production. And Chapman, being one of the smaller brands in that manufacturing warehouse, I guess, was lower down the priority list. Finally got a production model in my hands. This is off the shelf. I picked this up at Andertons, picked it out at Andertons, but it's just great to know that they're now available. So you can still get the standard range. Again, I'll show you them all up on screen here. The standard range, you've got the Mensis, the Pale Blood, then you've got the Carthus Burst, and you've got the Irithel Burst. I love them all. I think they're all fantastic. I'll do a video on them all just to show you the differences, but just to let you know that the Carthus, being one of the hardest ones to get hold of, is now available. And I just want to say a little thing about the price as well, because I like to be really honest about everything that goes on. And I saw a bunch of questions going on about this guitar. People saying, $16.99 for a Korean-made guitar, that's ridiculous, and $16.99 is too expensive for this kind of thing. Complete honesty about that. Yes, that's a hefty amount of money to pay for a guitar. Now, if you like what I do and you're into what I do, to a certain point, I guess maybe you can justify it that way by saying, yeah, well, I like what Rabea does, and therefore, I might want the guitar. Which, if that's the case, that's amazing, and I appreciate it. But why is it such a chod for this guitar? Well, there are a couple of reasons. Firstly, parts are expensive. So, this uses Mappa Burl, a thick, like 2 or 3 mil cap of Mappa Burl, which is expensive to source, especially a good quality one, as you can see. On top of that, things like roasting the maple, that's a little bit more expensive. The main reason that this guitar costs what it costs is because of all the hardware and pickups that I put on it. So in terms of the quality at, say, World Musical Instruments, it's going to be the same as anything else that you try that they make. It is, in terms of the finishing quality, the fret quality, like the way the guitar's built and all the rest of it. It's going to be very similar. It's the same hands building the same guitars. Where things differ here is, I guess, the neck specs that are very specific to me. Well, they are very specific to me because they're very custom. It's like narrower here, wider here. There's a bare knuckle silo in there. Seymour Duncan, less expensive than the bare knuckle, but still more expensive than a Korean-made pickup. So in terms of the retail price, it's already going to be a chod just on the pickups. Then you've got the Charlotte Vintage Locking Trem. That's an expensive tremolo. Then you've got the Charlotte Locking Tuners. Same thing again, expensive parts. When you put it all together, so the pickups, the bridge, the locking tuners, the very specific wood choice, honestly, the price is in the parts. So yeah, that's the honest truth. And if you don't have an issue with that and you really like the guitar, then that's great. I love this guitar. I think it's great. Take from that what you will. I'm obviously biased. It's my guitar. Anyway, I've ranted enough about that. I'm sure John will cut it all down. And this wasn't meant to be a quick rant on guitar quality or buying guitars or anything, but at the same time, I just thought it was worth shedding a bit of light on it. So we're nearly there. Last couple of things. Frog Leap, finally able to gig again. We got a couple of gigs in Norway at the end of November. We got a couple of gigs in the UK at the end of December. And then we're on tour again in February. That tour was cancelled like 2 years ago now. That's the tour that we're finally doing, mainland Europe. I'm so excited. So if you haven't got tickets for any of the Frog Leap shows yet, I'll put them in a description box below so you can see if there is a gig near you guys. But that's exciting. I guess the last thing that I was going to mention was that I know I mentioned ages ago that Nolly and I were doing stuff musically, kind of got put on the back burner Everybody's been really busy. As you've seen, GGD Cali's happened. GGD are obviously really busy with stuff, and Nolly mixes other people's music on top of what I've been up to. And we've been talking about it again. We put too much pressure on ourselves before, I think, and in a nutshell, we're going to do it more casually. We kind of write riffs on our own just for fun. Like the other day, I wrote a full tune that has no purpose. I just wrote a tune. So I sent it across to Nolly and he was loving it. And so we're going to start working on like an EP of some form. Don't know when it'll be out. Don't know what it'll be like. But in any case, we're going to be working together because I think we have a similar approach to heavy music that, well, particularly a specific style of heavy music. We like similar kind of riffs and tonalities and everything. So keep your eyes out for that. I guess one last thing that I wanted to ask you guys in this whole world of catch-up video situations, and whoever's watching this video, appreciate it. What do you want to see from me going forward into this next year? I mean, I love doing the high gain harmonies. I love playing guitar. I love doing the demos. I love all that stuff. But I'm just curious. Like, I like to keep refreshing and making sure that you guys aren't just getting sick of seeing my face just doing the same old nonsense. So if there was in an ideal world, what would you like to see on my YouTube channel provided by me? What would that be? If you've got any cool ideas, let me know in the comment section. But this is just a little catch up just to say everything's going well, legs healing pretty nicely, there's some new music on the horizon, lots of cool things happening, and the world is kind of going back to normal a bit, so that's a good thing. In any case, I appreciate you guys watching this video. If you want to find out anything else about what I'm up to or anything that's going on, you can follow me on Instagram or Facebook or all the rest of it. Down in the comment section, I'll link everything, but there'll be links to Sleepless apparel, my pickups, the guitars, just everything that I'm up to. So check the link in the description box below. I've been Rabea. Take it easy, like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you all very soon.